what if your favorite brands were hiding dangerous secrets? Here's a clue to get you started. One of these brands has been accused of using forced labor in its supply chain. Can you guess which one? Have you ever wondered why a trendy brand seems to cater to just one look? Brandy Melville began as a small, family-run shop in Italy and was brought to Los Angeles in 2009. It soon expanded across California, the East Coast, and Europe. low-paid workers in Asia and Latin. One alleged the companies joined suppliers in a for offers refillable packaging. Share in the comments which alternative drinks you support and why. Mini challenge. Without looking it up, guess how many plastic bottles Coca-Cola produces each year. Hint: independent reports estimate that the number exceeds 100 billion bottles annually. That's hundreds of thousands of bottles every minute. Despite glossy marketing, Coca-Cola remains a top global plastic polluter. A 2023 brand audit found it was the #1 polluter for the 6th year, with 33,820 branded plastic items collected across 40 countries. Catchy ads can distract us from this reality. Up next, we turn from bottles to baby powder. Stay with us as we uncover allegations that a trusted household brand exposed families to asbestos-contaminated talc. What if your trusted baby powder was linked to cancer? For generations, Johnson & Johnson's baby powder was a symbol of innocence, white clouds softly dusted onto newborn skin. Imagine those nostalgic TV commercials, the smiling babies, the lullabies. Now imagine learning that the same powder might harbor a deadly secret. For decades, Johnson & Johnson marketed its talc products as safe and gentle. Parents sprinkled baby powder on their infants, adults used it to stay fresh. The company has always insisted that its products are safe, saying they do not contain asbestos and do not cause cancer. In 2020, amid growing scrutiny, J&J stopped selling talc-based baby powder in the United States and switched to a cornstarch formula. But the change came only after years of litigation and allegations that the powder was anything but harmless. In July 2025, a Massachusetts jury awarded more than $42 million to Paul Lovell, who developed mesothelioma after decades of using Johnson & Johnson's talc products. Lovell and his wife argued that the company's powders were contaminated with asbestos and that J&J knew but failed to warn consumers. The jury found in their favor, delivering compensation for pain, suffering, and medical expenses. It wasn't an isolated verdict. Recent juries in Illinois, Oregon, and Massachusetts have awarded tens of millions of dollars to people with mesothelioma. The Lovell case is part of a tidal wave of litigation. Johnson & Johnson faces lawsuits from more than 63,000 plaintiffs who say they were diagnosed with cancer after using baby powder or other talc products. Some estimates put the total number of claimants as high as 100,000. The company has tried to resolve the claims through bankruptcy and proposed a $10 billion settlement, but judges have rejected the plan. These numbers underscore the scale of the crisis and the challenge of restoring public trust. Pause and ask yourself, should companies that knowingly market unsafe products face criminal charges? How would you feel if a product you used daily turned out to be dangerous? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's discuss whether civil penalties are enough when consumer trust is broken. This story reminds us that even the most trusted brands can betray our confidence. Johnson & Johnson's talc scandal shows how long-term marketing can mask serious risks until whistleblowers and lawsuits bring them to light. Our countdown is almost over. The final segment will reveal allegations against the internet's most notorious fast fashion giant and its supply chain. Join us as we uncover what may be hiding behind the clothes in your closet. What if your cheap and trendy clothes were tied to forced labor? Scroll through Shein's website or watch those viral haul videos. It's all colorful prints and bargain prices. But what lies behind the bargains? Founded in 2012 by Chris Hsu, Shein has exploded from a small online retailer into a global marketplace, serving customers in more than 150 countries and employing over 11,000 people. Using an on-demand model, Shein produces thousands of new designs a day and sells them directly to millions of followers on social media. Influencers post unboxing videos of $10 tops and $5 biker shorts, helping the company amass over 250 million followers. The company works with around 5,400 contract manufacturers, mainly in China, enabling it to churn out ultra-cheap clothes at lightning speed.
It's a business model built for attention spans and trend cycles.
But rights groups say there's a darker side to Shein's supply chain. Stop Uyghur Genocide, a campaign organization, claims that some cotton in Shein products comes from Uyghur forced labor in China's Xinjiang region. They have threatened to seek a judicial review of Shein's planned London IPO if regulators approve it. The US government and human rights organizations say Uyghur people are subject to forced labor in internment camps. Xinjiang produces around 80% of China's cotton and a fifth of global cotton, so many fashion brands are exposed to this risk. Shein denies the allegations. In written evidence to British lawmakers, the company said it requires suppliers to use cotton from approved regions like Australia, Brazil, India, and the United States for products sold in the US as part of its compliance with the US Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act. Shein also says its supplier code of conduct prohibits forced labor regardless of where goods are sold. However, it admitted that it does not prohibit Chinese cotton in markets where local laws allow it, and testing found 1.3% of its cotton came from unapproved regions. These statements and a lack of clarity about cotton used outside the US fuel ongoing scrutiny. The rights group's campaign isn't just about cotton. By challenging Shein's IPO, activists hope to push regulators to scrutinize supply chains before companies go public. Shein says it strictly prohibits forced labor and aims to list in London in the first half of 2025. Whether investors will be satisfied with these assurances remains to be seen.
What do you think about buying ultra-cheap fashion if there's a risk of forced labor behind it? Have you ever ordered from Shein? If so, does this information change how you feel about your purchases? Tell us in the comments. Consider supporting brands that verify their supply chains and pay fair wages. Small choices can make a difference. As our countdown reaches its end, let's step back for a moment. We've just traveled through stories of beloved brands where profits came at the expense of workers, the planet, and our trust. Fast fashion lines built on discrimination and environmental damage, sweet treats stained by hazardous child labor, tech giants linked to dangerous mines, and household names caught misleading consumers or ignoring their own safety issues. These stories show that our favorite products often have hidden costs. The first step toward change is awareness. Once we see the connections between our purchases and the people who make them, we can make more informed choices. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I'd love to hear from you. What surprised you the most? Were there brands you thought were spotless that now look different? Share your thoughts in the comments. If there's a company you think deserves a closer look or a topic you'd like explored in a future video, drop it below. Your ideas will help shape our next investigations. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button. It tells the platform that this kind of content matters. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next exposés and countdowns.